So on this video I'm going to explain how to draw the following curves, an ellipse and a parabola, using the eccentricity method. So what the eccentricity is if you've got a point, this point is not on the curve, but if you've got a pointer anywhere, it's PF, which means the point on the curve to the focus, and PD is the point on the curve to the vertex. So it's that ratio between there and there. That will determine whether it's going to be an ellipse, a parabola, or a hyperbola. So how to use it? In this question, if you're told that PF over PD is 0.8, we need to put that in a fraction, which would be 8 over 10. If I wanted to do the millimeters, I'll go 40 over 50. So make it a bit bigger. You could use 8 over 10 as well, so that's 40 over 50. So that means the point on the curve to the directrix. So if I have the directrix here, and if I come out 50 and put a dot, I'm going to line up. And this, I'll just write that out, just so you can see what I'm doing. For this question here, I've put the focus 20 millimeters out for the directrix. So that's just a line 20 millimeters out. So this is 50 up, and I'm going to come up 40. And I'll just put it in here. That's from that line. So that's up 40. Bring these across. Where these meet, give me this point. This point is on the directrix. Or is on the eccentricity line, I should say. And also it meets the directrix at the axis. So I came over 50, I came up 40, I got a dot, and I joined that back to here. So that line, that's our eccentricity line. Eccentricity line. So with the eccentricity line there, to find the vertex, this is something that can be done for every single one of these. I have the focus, I want to find the vertex. So to find it, you come over 45 degrees here, and you come directly down. So that there is going to be my vertex. So this works for all of them. For the ellipse, you're going to have a different focus as well. There are two focuses for the ellipse. For the parabola and hyperbola, you wouldn't. So I can do the same thing to find the other focus on the ellipse. Over here. It's F and F1. Now, you need to know how to find the points on it next. So that's how you find your eccentricity line. So what you do is from the focus, we bring a line up. Put this in colour if I have it. You bring a line up here. You can move both sides if you want. The name on this line here is called the lattice rectum. So how this is important is that everything comes back to this line. So if I draw a series of lines, I'll just start with one. Any line. Draw a line here anywhere, doesn't matter where. So if I bring this up to here, up to the eccentricity line, and bring this over. So this comes up, this comes over. Where it meets here, I put my compass on the focus. I swing it back down to where it meets the lines I've just brought up. So this is a small bit tricky, but it's the same for everyone once you know how to do it. That's going to be point and curve. Do the same thing again. So I draw a line here anywhere. I bring it over. I put my compass on the focus. I swing this back down to the line. That was. So that gives me a point here. And if you want to get points on the bottom, if you're asked for, I'm just going to draw the top off, but if you're asked for the bottom, these lines you would just do both ways. So remember that is, get this here, you could also get a point here at the same time. I'll get another one in here. So this is a point on it, this is a point on it. So all these are going to be points on your ellipse. It continues on the same for this. So next I'm going to go on to parabola. That's how you get the curves, and you do the same thing on the bottom. So for a parabola, the eccentricity is 1 for this. So what I'm going to do is just set up my directrix here now. So the focus just gone out for a second. Right. So draw an eccentricity line here. So this is my axis, this is my directrix, so DD, directrix, that's my axis. Yep. I'm going to pick a vertex in, I'll just keep it in. I'm going to start with the focus again. And we'll see here the eccentricity line is 1. So if you wanted to put that in a fraction, so it's ECC is PF over PD. So if you put that in a fraction, that could be anything at all. It could be, look, just if it's 10 over 10 or 20 over 20. So that means that the directrix to a point, if I can make 10, to line up, and the focus to a point, I'll have to go a bigger measurement, I'll go 20, so I'll change it to 20. So if I came out 20 here, if I set this to 20, that goes back to where the axis meets. This, as you notice, is a 45 degree line, so you don't even really need to get that fraction there, because the parabola is always, eccentricity line is always at 45 degrees. I've just shown you that that'll work as well. I could just bring it up. So if you have your focus now, you want to get the points the same way as we did last time. First of all, I've got to get my vertex. I get my vertex by coming 45 degrees and down. That's my vertex. Then I've got to bring the lattice line up, which is up here. Run right again. I've got to bring this line up. Now I'm going to just draw a series of, at the moment I have 2 points on it. I have a point on it here, and I have a point on it here. So eccentricity line is tangential to it, out directly above the focus. And that's the same for all curves. So you're going to draw a series of lines down here. I'm just going to do them all together, and I'll get the top and the bottom this time. So I bring this up and over, put my compass on the focus, swing it down, and then get the bottom, point on the bottom as well. Do the same for the next one. Bring this over, put my compass on the focus. Point here and point here. This one will be, because it's a parabola, it'll be getting bigger, it won't be getting smaller. And this is a point on it here, so this is a point on it. If I want to get a point on the other side, I would just go the opposite way. I would bring this in. So if I wanted a point on that line, just get me more accurate, I would swing this into here. Swing this in. So that now should get me a nice curve from my vertex up to here, to that point. When you're putting it in, just do a series of small curves first, like I'm doing, and then whichever one seems right. Give you a nice parabola like that. So for this one, if you keep the vertex out, the focus I should say, out 30 mil. In this one, you get a nice parabola. So just to recap there, to draw any of these, you start with your directrix. Your axis is going to be 90 degrees to it. To find the vertex, once you have the focus, you always go up to the eccentricity line at 45 degrees and come down. That's an important thing to remember. The second thing to remember is, when you're given the eccentricity, how to draw an eccentricity line. And the third thing is, once you have this line, how to find the points.